Hey, how's it going? I'm currently a freshman at Clemson, and we had to go attend a student dialogue, and we have to make a vlog about it. So, I'll start off. Mine was titled Second Happiest Campus, a dialogue on mental health at Clemson. I went into there kind of, like everybody else, not exactly something we wanted to do, but it was a sign, so we had to go. And we talked about how mental health affects almost everybody, whether we've had any issues or not, and it can even affect people uh, if we know somebody who has having mental health issues. And so first we were talking about if what a dialogue is. So basically, a dialogue is just a discussion that everybody's open to. Nobody's arguing or trying to make someone change their views. It's just an open talk. And which is kind of hard in this case because mental health is not an easy subject to discuss, and it can hit some people pretty hard in the sense it can be a really sensitive subject. And I kind of liked one of my favorite parts was how they introduced it, was how they told us to draw a picture of someone who is depressed or has ADD, and people drew all these pictures, and nobody was right because anybody can have these mental issues, and you can't tell that someone has a mental issue like this. And so it was kind of interesting. But the easiest thing, or the thing that made everything, I guess, easier to talk about also, since it is hard to talk about, was that one of our leaders had experienced really intense depression, and now he's completely over it, and he was so comfortable talking to us about it. And so people who have gone through mental issues and are uncomfortable talking about it, he was the perfect example. It's okay, you're not going to sound crazy, you're a normal person. A lot of people go through it, and it really made a lot of people open up about this. So there was a pretty big group. It was I guess 20 people, I'm not really sure. And there were a couple people who definitely stuck out. They were the more active voices in the dialogue. Of course, it was the leaders that were the most active. Well, not the most active, but they were pretty active because they were the leaders and they kind of had to be. But it was really interesting to hear the people who else was active, because usually those were the people who had experience or knew people with experience. But the people who were more reserved were people who hadn't dealt with bad mental health issues, kind of like depression or severe ADD or, I don't know, OCD, things like that. And to me, I thought that was kind of weird. How do you not know people who've gone through this? But it was cool to see that people go through life and they're fine for a really long time. And I'm not saying that everybody's gonna be depressed at some point in their life, but it's nice that people can be so positive about things. So it was really interesting to hear their stories about how they hadn't really dealt with it, but they still care about people and understand it does happen. Personally, I think I was more of an active voice in the dialogue. I have gone through things as well as my family, and I felt that other people should realize, hey, it's not weird to go through this. Once I was told everybody has that one person in their family that they don't really want to talk about, or they have things they just can't really talk about. That person in their family has issues that you just can't really talk about. And that was one of my teachers who told me that. So after that, it did take me a while to open up about some things. But once I saw that our leader was talking and a couple other people did, it was really nice after. And I don't know, it was comforting, and it was a really interesting experience to talk to all these people about it. I honestly believe dialogues are part of Library 100, probably because Clemson feels that, one, people shouldn't feel alone, which it does make you feel more not that other people do have a lot of these problems or know people who have, so it makes you feel included more. And another reason too, people should be open to others' ideas and experiences. So you should be tolerant of what people have to say, even if you don't agree with them. It's nice to understand everything. And also, 3, it's a way to interact with people on a personal level and allow us to understand that it's okay to open up sometimes. So a lot of the times when we're coming to college, it's kind of hard because we're all trying to make new friends, and it's like we don't know, can we trust this person, can we not? But in these dialogues, it's like, it's not leaving this room. It's okay. You can just be completely honest, and you'll never hear about it again. Or maybe you can make some friends in the dialogue and talk to them about it later on, but it's a nice first starting place. So basically, just like anybody else who had to sign up for these dialogues, it wasn't exactly how I wanted to spend my afternoon. But after I left, I did feel a lot better about being a student at Clemson. And it did make me feel like I wasn't alone in dealing with these things that are still happening back home, even though I'm not there. And I just really like that, people do care, and the reason that Clemson makes us go to these is completely 100% understandable. And honestly, it has and will impact my Clemson experience in a positive way. So I guess shout out to Clemson. Thanks. It's kind of cool. Not going to another one, sorry, but it was definitely a good experience. So I guess that's it. See ya.